Good morning from the streets of Tokyo. First morning here, and today's video I wanted to jump into something very quickly. First of all, overnight I got an extra 10-15 subscribers or something crazy like that. One of the videos that I recorded the other day went off, and that made me think about today's video in terms of like my YouTube strategy. Why YouTube right now in my business? Haven't done consulting now for like 11 years and never really consistently done anything on YouTube. I've tried a lot of things, I've done a lot of stuff, but email marketing and social media has been my primary way of generating leads and getting clients. And YouTube now is a strategy for me to deepen a relationship with an audience of people that I already have, but then also I'm experimenting with how do I use YouTube as a way to generate leads. And there's a reason why in your marketing, right, that you find it difficult to get clients or make sales. And there are two things that you can do, and it's kind of like a seesaw. And so if you are marketing your business, you are getting you've got a business that you want to get clients in, which I don't know the opposite one, right? Like I don't know a business where you don't want to get clients. But there's a distinct thing that you can do. And if you look at marketing and sales as a continuum, and on one side you've got tons of marketing, low level of sales skills. On the other side you've got zero marketing, high level of sales skills. If you look at the zero marketing and high level of sales skills, that's the kind of thing where you have maybe cold calling, or you're cold emailing a company, and you're just literally presenting an offer to those people, getting on the phone, and then turning that person instantly into a sale, utilizing sales. And there are people that are world class at that, and there are so many people that do that incredibly well, and it's obviously an amazing skill that you can get. But I don't think the majority of people like me or you are that kind of person. Mostly I believe that we are creators and coaches and teachers and mentors and leaders. And being a teacher, a creator, a coach, a leader, it makes more sense to utilize those skills to reduce the friction of sale than it does to increase your sales skills. So I don't do really, honestly, sales calls at all. If I ever hop on the phone with people, it is to just make sure that we're a fit and that there's synergy. And I do that really just to build that last bit of rapport before enrolling a client. But I like to use marketing to reduce the friction of the sale. And that's the opposite side of the spectrum, right? So if you don't want to use heavy sales, then use more marketing, right? Use more content. Content teaches away the objections that somebody might have to working with you. The more you give, the more value you distribute upfront, the easier it is to ask for a bigger ask, i.e. more, and the easier it is for somebody to say yes, because they've had an experience of working with you pre-paying you money. Jay Abraham, one of the marketing greats, has a strategy called the strategy of preeminence. And basically, it is a very simple principle that says choose to give value before money ever exchanges hands. And we live in the best time in history ever to do that. 10 years ago when I started out really taking my consultant business seriously, like 2013, 2014, and going from like 10 grand a month to like 40,000 plus 50,000 within a very short space of time, like 9-10 months. It was ads to email and to book a call, and that was it. That was the entire funnel. And the nurture piece was writing every day, right? It was distributing value through writing emails on a daily basis. And that's the skill set that I've developed, harnessed, utilized, relied on for a very, very long time. And like kind of what's happened in this period of time is like I've dabbled with YouTube a little, but I've always had this thing of like, well, I'm not a YouTuber. Like, where does this sit in my strategy? And now I have this entire ecosystem. I'm actually working on a playbook of the entire strategy, which I will be putting on this channel very soon, on how to utilize like each piece of it. Like, how do you use email? How do you use social media? How do you use YouTube in order to create an ecosystem that generates leads, nurtures, qualifies, and removes the friction of people saying yes to your offers. And look, I'm not a Alex Hormozy. I haven't built a $100 million business. I don't think that most people want to do that, honestly. I think that most creators want to build a 10 to 50,000 a month business that allows them to, travel, be in Tokyo with their family. As an example, we're off to Bali after here for a month, then to Portugal and Spain. And I wouldn't be able to do that without a creator business. But back to the point of today's video, utilize content to reduce the friction of somebody saying yes to your offer. That's the number one thing. And if you're not doing that, then you're missing out on like one of the golden opportunities right now. I seen it last night. I woke up to like 10 new subscribers on a video of just like this, like walking the streets, no edits, nothing, just giving some value to people and changing some mindsets around stuff. And it's so simple. The barrier to entry is so low now that we have this ability to do this like literally with our phones. I mean, I have a little camera here. I'm actually going to try and get a new one today because the gimbal thing, and I want to stabilize my footage better, although I did find a setting on this camera. And it's so simple to do. And you've got this seesaw of marketing and sales, and the more marketing that you have, the less it requires sales skills. The less marketing that you have, i.e. content, right? The stuff that teaches the way in which you think, act, behave, do, your philosophy, your plan. I talked through this in one of the videos yesterday. The less you do that, the more that you have to then be like a sales killer. And there is a time and place, that's very cool, time and place for all of that, right? There's a time and place for all of that. But YouTube offers a unique perspective for coaches and creators like us to really go deep and build a relationship with our people in a way that just feels good. Right? I don't mind this. I enjoy it. Like I don't even know where I'm going. Walking the streets here. I've probably done a big loop actually, and basically just creating some content. So, content reduces the friction of sale. The more and better content that you have, the easier a sale will be, and the less that you have to work hard to convince somebody by twisting their arm, offering guarantees. There was a thing like 11 years ago that we used to do with like a scholarship close, and it was like, if you buy today, it's this price. If you buy tomorrow, it's a different price. I don't even know if that's like legitimately still something that is quote unquote legal, or if it ever was. And it was just an incentive to buy now. Like, hey, if I like to invest in people that take action. If you make the decision right now, happy to knock off $1,000 off the program. If you come back tomorrow, that's totally cool, and it's entirely your decision, but it'll be $1,000 more. And it was just an incentive for somebody to say yes. But when you have a lot of content out there doing the nurturing and selling for you, like literally teaching away the objections of anything that you're doing, you don't have to do those things anymore. And I just think now in this economy that we're in, where there are several thousand coaches in your niche, right? And there are more people than you could ever shake a stick at doing the thing that you're doing in the way that you're doing it. It's this that's the great divider. And I think if you are a small creator, right? You don't have a giant team. I have like 3 people on my team. I have 1 employee, and I have 2 people that I outsource, a VA and marketing/video editor. But I'm not even sending these videos to him because we're just, trimming them and uploading them. I think if that's the case, then you have the ability to like move quick. Big companies move slow because they have to get everyone on board. And so your strategic advantage is being small and nimble and quick, whereas the market moves so fast today that if your competitor has multiple staff, multiple team members, they have to, get their content edited in a fancy way, it just makes it more challenging for them. All right, I think that's it. I'm just kind of going in loops now, both in the streets and in my video. But remember, if you are creating more content that teaches away the objections that somebody might have to your content, to your program, then you don't have to work so hard to sell people over the phone. You can do it in simple DMs, you can chat back and forth to people, and you can quite easily close deals. All right, go and check out some of the other videos on the channel. I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna keep updating you. Got 2 days in Tokyo, then I'm off to Bali on Thursday, just like 2 days from now. And then we're there for almost a month. All right, catch you soon, peace.